Hi, this is Asa, and welcome to my audio experience. So glad you're with us. This show is about you. It's about your health. It's about your life. If your body can get sick, remember this. It can also get well. Lifestyle is the medicine. The choices you can and will make today, I promise you, will determine the health and the body that you have tomorrow. You're putting deposits in, just like a bank account, every single day. And as we know, or if you don't know, you need to learn this concept about money, about compound interest. And compounding is amazing because that's how you grow your money. And if you do things over a longer period of time, that's how you gain more ground, right? So somebody that starts investing at age 45 is going to be behind the person that started at 25. It's a time game. It's a numbers game. Well, the same is true with our health. Our health is the same way. Now, if you realize this, is that your body regenerates every single day. Each day, old cells die off and new cells form, okay? And the choices you're making right now are going to determine the kind of cells and body that you have 5 years from now and 10 years from now. So our choices really do matter more than anything else. Like your genetics, they play a small role, but nothing is more powerful, okay? Nothing is more powerful than your choices. Choices are everything when it comes to your health. And on this show, we want to help you make really good choices. Go to AsaRx.com. That's AsaRx.com. The website, you can send me an email, and I'll be glad to make it part of the show. We're always here for you each and every day. Give us a call and be a part of the show, too, 888-283-7272. Let's get on the phones and go with Allison. Hi, Allison.
The doctor says I have colon cancer. I would like to know what to eat, what to drink for colon cancer. Thank you.
Yeah, so, okay, hon. Well, one of the things you got to look at is you don't just directly eat and drink for cancer. Okay, that first and foremost, that's number one. Like you don't just eat something and it's going to cure cancer. You don't drink something and it's going to cure cancer. Like, you have to do something completely different. The mindset is that even though eating the wrong kind of foods over a long period of time, more than likely is what developed those cancer cells, because, you know, we develop cancer cells every day, but when your immune system is awesome and it's strong, it can fight off those cancer cells and it kills them. So if you understand that concept, it's what can you do every single day to build your immune system? That's really the mindset, okay? Because the immune system is pretty amazing. Like the way God designed it, it's really amazing. So it can go in and it can kill the cancer cells. Now, the challenge is when cancer cells replicate so much that they form like a tumor or they spread throughout the lymphatic system, and that's what they call spreading. You know, they said it's metastasize is kind of the fancy word. But when that happens and it overcomes, like it's in a battle, like it's like the immune system against the cancer cells. And when somebody's going to win the battle, right? Somebody's going to have the bigger battleship. They're going to have more of the battle planes, and somebody's going to have that button to hit the ability to hit the red button at the end, and the bomb's going to go off, right? So you want your immune system to be the one with the keys to the red button at the end of the day. You don't want cancer to have the keys to the button. And the way you do that is it's so intricately related to the whole person. So when you're looking at diet and eating, okay, and when I say the whole person, I'm going to go over the eating here real quick, but remember that your emotions play and your environment play just as much a role as what you eat and what you drink. Your ability to exercise and move will play a significant role in your recovery and your body's strength and ability. So it's not just about eating and drinking. It's about your entire lifestyle. So number one, here's what I would say. If you've got stress in your life, you've got negative relationships in your life, if you have any of that stuff that pulls you down and weighs you down, you need to get rid of it. Yes, I'm talking about people. Yes, I'm talking about family. Yes, I'm talking about anything in your life that is directly weighing on you and pulling on you. It has to go. They have to go. Now, if it's family, it doesn't mean that you don't ever talk to them again. But if they're living in your house, you need to limit whatever. If they're talking to you every day, you need to limit that. Because that influence, I promise you, is affecting your health. So that's number one. Okay, your mental state is extremely important. Your eating habits, your food and drink. I will tell you what was told to me. We did a documentary on cancer, and we were in Mexico with some of the top medical experts around the world. Now, the United States does not like all this kind of thought around cancer. So in our medical profession here, it's not looked upon as valid. But I will tell you that other oncologists from around the world were at this place that I was at when we did the show, and they collectively agreed on this. And I said, what's the number, if you could do anything with cancer, like what's the number one, if you could just tell me one thing to do, forget all these treatments and therapies and infrared and all this other stuff, if you could just tell me one thing that I could do. Like I asked that question to each one of them. And, these are people that are from all different parts of the world. They don't know each other. And they all gave me the same answer. And that answer was to cut out meat from the diet. It's not that meat is bad per se, but it does have some tendencies when you already have cancer to cause that to fester and to not be able to heal as quickly because of some of the properties. That's a little bit too detailed for me to get into like right now. It's just too deep. But they said cut meat out and go more plant-based. And that's what they do at all the treatment centers. I mean, that's the first thing you'll do. So I'm not telling you to cut out meat. I'm just telling you that that's what they said, and I want you to think about it, do some research on it. There's a really good documentary on Netflix called Game Changers. If you haven't seen it, I never really recommend documentaries and all that. I would recommend this. They did great research. Arnold Schwarzenegger was one of the major funders and producers of it. I was really impressed with it. So plant-based diet is your best way to go. An anti-inflammatory diet, which I talk about in my book, that gives you the food list of everything that you need for the most part in building a strong immune system. Drinking plenty of water, green tea, stay away from all the sweeteners and the sugar. Sugar is your enemy when it comes to cancer. Remember that. That's one thing everybody agrees on. So stay away from sugar. Fruit is not considered sugar. That's a different type of sugar. It's fructose, but it's a natural occurring fruit sugar. So fruit's okay. Now, the other thing I want to tell you, so your eating and your drinking is important. Your mindset's important. But then your exercise and mobility is important. You have to get good circulation, and you have to get your body moving. Your body was not meant to sit. And so you got to get up and get moving. So if you hurt, you need to figure out ways that you can exercise. If your joints hurt, and right now you're going through a lot of that, then get into a swimming pool somewhere that you can and get involved in some kind of water aerobics or just go swimming or get the body moving, something. But you have to move. Like you can't sit, no matter what condition you have. But that's extremely important for the immune system as well, okay? So I would encourage you to look at the whole viewpoint of your lifestyle. And it's one thing to get the diagnosis, obviously honor and respect what your doctors are telling you. But like you're asking me right now, what can you be doing every single day? I love that attitude. I love it because no one can do this for you. The oncologist can't do that for you. You've got to do this for you. And we'll be here for you, whatever you need, okay? And we're your biggest cheerleader. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for increased strength, increased endurance, and better recovery, then look no further than an all-natural nutritional supplement called creatine hydrochloride. Concrete is the brand, and it's the most absorbable form of creatine hydrochloride found today. Now, creatine is not just for athletes. You've probably heard that before, but creatine hydrochloride is for the everyday person looking to improve their health. Listen, I started taking creatine in college when I was a strength and conditioning coach at Florida State University. And I've taken it ever since my college years. And it's made a massive difference in my life. Everything in my body, I believe, is functioning better because of creatine. Creatine hydrochloride I've moved over to using Concrete, and it is the best form of creatine on the market. Concrete creatine hydrochloride is available at most Walmart stores and on Walmart.com or any store that carries nutritional supplements. Just make sure to look for Concrete brand creatine hydrochloride and watch your endurance, your strength, and your recovery and your immune system get boosted today.
To find out more, connect with On Call Radio online at InShapeNetwork.com.
Welcome back to the show. So glad you're with us. It's the AsaRx Experience. I'm Asa, here with you each and every day to help you, encourage you, and get you from where you are to where you need to be. It's all about choices. So the choices you make today can and will determine the kind of health you're going to have. Look, you want to make good choices. That's what it comes down to. Doesn't matter what you do or you used to do or didn't used to do. It doesn't matter. People get so hung up in their old story. It's unbelievable. Make a new story. Make a brand new story today. Don't be stuck in your old story. You got to create a new story. That's the whole thing. And if you haven't gone to the website, go to AsaRx.com. If you don't have my book yet, got to get my book. It's free. We're giving it away for free. We want you to have the tools to be able to live a really healthy life, an extraordinary life, a life without limits, a life where you can become the best version of you. Because if you had to really raise your hand right now, how many of you have really reached your potential? You feel like you've reached it. Just raise your hand right where you are, in your car, your home, wherever. Have you reached your potential? Raise your hand if you have. Guarantee you nobody's raised your hand right now. So that tells you that there's more inside of you. You know that. You know there's stuff in you to be a better man or woman, to be a better husband or father or mother or wife or grandmother, grandfather, be a better child, be a better son, be a better daughter. But you've got more inside of you, and health is the driver for that. If you have your health, you have energy. If you have your health, you have strength. If you have your health, you have a clear mind. Your health is the driver for you to become and be everything that you were designed to be. So we want to help you get there. And we've got a whole class for that. It's online. It's very easy to access. It's called Healthy University. We've got a whole community, Healthy You community. This is incredible. It's a group of people that want to just grow together, learn together, and become better. And this is something that for you and your family. So we always talk about what can you pass down, but remember, passing down something to your kids is really important. So what kind of legacy are you going to leave? You're going to leave on how to be a good person. You're going to teach them kindness. That's great. You're going to teach them about handling money and being responsible and disciplined. That's great. We should. But think about the impact you could have in their health if you taught them about health now early on and made that a part of their life and their lifestyle, of what that would do with their families long term. Because you would impact not only your kids, but you'd be impacting your grandkids. And that's one of the most powerful things you can do. So I just want to encourage you, enroll in Healthy University. If you haven't got it yet, you're not part of our community, jump in and become. Because we want to see you thrive. We want to see you make it. We want to see you do well. We don't want to see you barely get, scraping by. We don't want to see that. We want you to be encouraged along the way and do great things. Okay, 888-283-7272 is the number. You can always give me a call there. Or go to the website, go to AsaRx.com. Let's get on the phones and go to Connie. Hi, Connie.
I was calling about the remedy for garlic to help with high blood pressure and diabetes. How do you do the garlic? Do you put it in water? Do you boil it? What's a good way to get that done and to drink it? Thank you.
Yeah, hey, one of those things you got to look at, and it's really important to understand with garlic is just get it in. Like everybody tries to make it, and I'm not saying you're making it difficult. I'm just saying that people want to overcomplicate things. Okay, everything I do is very simple. Like I'm one of those guys. I don't, I'm not your twigs and berries natural guy. I'm not overeating all raw and doing. I don't do all that. Okay, I don't check my pH in my water every single day and make sure it's 8.5 or I'm not drinking it. Like I don't do that. Stop obsessing over the details. One thing I try to teach people. Like people ask me, what kind of water should I drink? I'm like, here in our camp, it's just drink water. I'm not a big fan of tap water. Not all city taps awful, but I mean, it just depends on where you live, and it's a big variable. And for me, it's just not worth doing all the testing. Like it's just too much. So I'll just get bottled water. I filter my water, or whatever. Right? I just pick the best water in wherever I am. But I'm going to be drinking water, right? So I don't sit around and obsess over that kind of stuff. I just don't. I do my best to choose organic. If it's around. If it's not, that's okay. If I'm in a restaurant, it's not grass-fed, wild caught, okay. Like I'm saying that so you can get a good mental picture of what's important, because I know we're talking about garlic, but I want you to take this concept all the way around for your choices, and don't live in a bubble. You make the best choices you can for where you are. If you have garlic in a little jar of minced garlic, that's great. If you've got little minced garlic clove on the side of your plate that they brought you at a meal at some restaurant, eat it. You know, a lot of times it's just like a garnish. Eat it, right? If you ask for garlic and they bring you sliced garlic, great. Like, it doesn't have to be done a certain way. If you just take in garlic, you're going to get the benefits of it. Okay, so that's my point. So it's a great question. It leads into a really good thought of how people do things, because I talk to people all the time, and they just want to get it down to the letter. And I know that's certain personality types, but I'm just telling you that you don't need to be that specific and that perfect. You just need to make good choices, right? So your goal should be to eat baked fish at the restaurant with not a bunch of oil and stuff all over it, rather than the fried fish. Okay? So that's the kind of way, that's the way you want to look at it. I mean, you know, if you're eating an apple, that's fantastic. Instead of eating, you know, a biscuit, right? Like, I mean, like, if you make those kind of choices and you're heading the right direction and you're doing really well for your health. So choices matter, but don't get hung up in the details. I really want you to understand that when it's your health and you're really wanting to make a difference and make a change and make good choices, like, just do it. Like, it's like exercise, man. Just start moving. I don't care if you walk, run, jog, play racquetball, work out with weights, whatever you do, right? Just make sure you're exercising. Make sure you're doing something that gets your body moving on a regular basis, and you're going to win. It's about doing things the right way, in the right direction most of the time. You don't have to be perfect. I'm not perfect by far, but I make good choices. I've gotten to the place where I can make good choices most of the time when it comes to my health. And if you do that, you're going to end up doing really, really well. I will tell you this, too. One thing nobody wants to talk about with their health is their thought life. Your thoughts will determine who you are way more than what you eat. We'll be right back.
Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to AsaRx.com and get your free book today.
To find out more, visit the show online, InShapeNetwork.com.
Welcome back. So glad you're with us. Check us out, AsaRx.com. That's AsaRx.com. Now, I'm going to get to the phones in just a minute. You can give me a call, 888-283-7272, of course, anytime. But we're here for you each and every day. Like, this show is about helping you live your best life. That's what we want to see. We want to see you become the best version of you, to reach your potential, to thrive and not just barely make it. Like, your health is really important. I know we get hung up on how much money you're going to make, and people get hung up on so many different things, but your health is your greatest wealth. Like, no one can take responsibility for your health but you. Nobody. Like, you're responsible for that more than anything else. And on this show, we want to help you. We want to give you the tools. If you haven't enrolled in Healthy University, go to the website, go to AsaRx.com. You'll see under our classes, Healthy University, it is our flagship program. We also got a community that's just amazing, Healthy U community. You can jump in and join in that as well. Jamie in Toledo, Ohio says, my husband, he's only 28, suffering from restless leg syndrome. Isn't this a little young? What can he do? Yeah. Okay, so Jamie, one of the things for restless leg, you could get restless leg at any age. Okay, it's not about age. Matter of fact, a lot of conditions are not really about age. It's about more habits. So most of what we get in our health, we do to ourselves. So you have to understand that. Like, people are not overweight because of an overweight gene per se. Like, this whole genetic thing's like 10% maybe. There's some genetic disorders now that are 100% genetic, but it's rare. So our basic things that we see, okay, what we call metabolic type disease, health challenges, So your things like blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, even cancer, most cancers, not some of them, most, and not all of them, because there's a select few that are strongly genetic and all that. So, but all of these type conditions that we see, arthritis, most of what you see, we do to ourselves. And the reason I'm saying that is when you're 28 and you get restless leg syndrome, you have to understand what restless leg syndrome is. So I know it's where you constantly are, moving, whatever, and you can't get comfortable, and there's an achiness going on in the muscle, and you just feel like it just can't rest, and cramping can happen. I know it's really uncomfortable, but you got to look at what it is. His habits are what's causing that. So in restless leg, typically there's a mineral deficiency in the body. Now that could be one of two things. You could have a mineral deficiency and he's just not getting enough magnesium or enough potassium. That's why when you get restless leg syndrome, the doctors will say, "Oh, just drink some quinine." Okay? So you get tonic water, it's got quinine in it, and you drink it, and it's supposed to help. And guess what? It can help. Like it really can. But is it a quinine deficiency? Think about that for a minute. Like it's not a quinine deficiency. So what you have going on, first of all, you got to do some lab work, typically is good to do, and figure out what kind of core nutritional deficiencies are there. That's first and foremost. You have to figure that out. Now you can shotgun it and just start throwing things at it, like eating a banana or taking, a bunch of magnesium or eating dark green salads, 3 or 4 times a day. You can do all that. And you can start, really kind of going after what it might be. I just don't like the could be's. But restless leg is typically magnesium, just so you know. My point is, in this whole thing, is that he's not making the best dietary choices, and that's obvious because when you're 28 and you get something like restless leg, it's like the body's screaming at you that you're not doing things right. So I would get him some help with his eating strategies, whether it's get one of our providers. I would encourage you to do that. If you haven't enrolled in Healthy University, it's the best way for you guys to just learn. It's quick. It's like 4.5 hours total. It's 9 courses inside a video platform that you can get on your phone or your tablet or your computer, and they're little quick 2-minute videos, and you finish each section and you kind of graduate from that section, right? But you will learn everything to teach yourself and your family about health in a very common sense, easy to understand way. Like you could sit here and listen to me for a year on the radio or podcast or television or wherever you're catching us with our content. You could listen for a year and catch bits and pieces. But like Healthy University it's a focused deep dive, so you really get the core principles. And guess what? I'm not just here for going 100 miles an hour like I normally do. You can keep going back, and you can get the information, and you can own it, and own it for your family, and then teach others. And this, I'm telling you, it'll make your life so much easier. Healthy University is designed for you to really understand that. So magnesium is the big one. There's different versions of magnesium. You got to figure out which one is best. Magnesium glycinate is typically the best one for that, restless leg. And then hydration, having him drink enough water throughout the day is another big one. But, you don't want to do distilled water because distilled water is going to pull out the minerals from the body even worse. So don't do that. And then you got an issue with spring water too because it's going to have a lot of inorganic minerals. So there's a lot of things that you have to look at. But you got to find out what his deficiencies are, what type of magnesium he would need, and then, of course, making sure he gets the right kind of foods on a regular basis. So all of that plays a big role. Restless leg, though, is typically a mineral deficiency. You just have to figure out which one. All right, thanks for the email. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Give us a call right here on the show. And if you haven't found a provider in your area, our health coach providers are always available to help you. We've got them all around the country. They believe the same way we do, all this nutrition and lifestyle-based care that we talk about. And they can take you by the hand, help you, get lab work done, walk with you in that process, teach you what to be eating, how to exercise, how to get your game plan on for your health. Just go to AsaRx.com. That's AsaRx.com. We can help you with that. Let's get on the phones and go with Eric. Hi, Eric.
some time now. My body's been heating up. It's pretty much normal sometimes in the morning, and then right away it starts heating up. I haven't been able to sleep for approximately 8 years all the way through. I have a sleep machine that I use, and the temperature in the water goes from hot to cold, and without adjusting the dial. The pressure seems to change, and one time I got up and it was off. I took it and had it checked, and I didn't get any satisfaction out of that. I'm currently not using the machine, and I have not gotten anything from the medical community. And my sister told me about your radio station, and I was hoping you'd give me some insight for it.
Yeah, so in something like this, Eric, which I'm glad you called, something like this, you really have to step back and say, what's really going on, right? When you say I don't get any help from the medical community, I'm sure they just, a lot of times if it's not standard, if it's not something they're used to and it's not life-threatening, then they'll just tell you that's about as far as we can go. And if insurance doesn't cover it and all that, they don't dig much deeper than that. So in a situation like this, you want to go back and you want to check different systems. You want to go back and you want to check and do a full scan for all your nutritional deficiencies and see what's there. That's really important. Okay, so that's first and foremost. You want to figure that out. The other thing you got to look at, and this is really important, is along with the nutritional deficiencies, you want to go in and you want to look and see outside of the blood work. So your HPA axis goes like this. It's one of those things that you have to look at, and it's really important because the hypothalamus is at the top of it, and then you got your pituitary gland, and then you have your adrenal system, okay? So the hypothalamus, the pituitary, and the adrenal. That tier system is super important to get and understand. And if you balance that out, a lot of times that can cause what you're talking about. It's like overheating. So the HPA axis, a lot of times when our bodies are under a lot of stress, or they have been for a long period of time, that axis gets out of whack. And when that gets out of whack, in a very simple manner, then it can cause some issues. Now, one of the things that you really want to look at in working with this is what's called adaptogens. And these adaptogens you can get in a supplement form, and they work to help support the adrenals. There are a lot of B vitamins. So remember, 1.5% of Americans actually eat fruits and vegetables. Okay? And that's what you got to look at. So eating dark green leafy salads, the darker the greens, the better, at least 2 times a day. These adaptogens are like cordyceps. They are, ginseng, Siberian ginseng works really well, ashwagandha. There's some different, what they call adaptogenic herbs that work great. Vitamin C is a powerhouse. Certain amount of milligrams. I usually do quite a bit of vitamin C, well over 3,000 milligrams a day personally. But doing plenty of the right kind of adaptogens plus the right kind of foods can help the body stabilize and get and more regulate with its own body temperature. So those are the things you got to look at, okay? So this body heat thing, getting the lab test done would be my first move. So getting some blood work done to look at what nutritional levels are there and any deficiencies that might be there is going to be your first best bet, okay? Because that's going to give you the roadmap and the baseline to look at, okay? So do that and keep me posted and let me know. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Lines are open with questions about your health. You can give us a call or go to the website. Go to AsaRx.com. That's AsaRx.com. Whatever you're struggling with, remember, if the body can get sick, it can also get well. So our lifestyle is our absolute medicine that we can focus on. So your choices, that's what it comes down to. If you have not enrolled in Healthy University, you need to. Go to AsaRx.com, enroll in Healthy University, enroll, and be a part of our Healthy You community. I'm telling you, once you get in, it'll change your life forever.
Are you ready to chow? It's time for Keto Chow. When it comes to eating healthy, the keto diet has become one of the nutrition leaders in optimizing health, losing unwanted weight, and reaching your health and wellness goals. No extravagant cooking, no long kitchen cleanup, and most importantly, especially for me, It's convenient. Just put quality Keto Chow powder in a bottle, add some heavy whipping cream or your favorite fat, a little water, and boom, shake it up and you're ready to chow. Keto Chow tastes amazing. So make Keto Chow easy for you and your family today with Keto Chow. Let's go chow. Visit Keto Chow online at ketochow.xyz. That's ketochow.xyz.
Connect with On Call Radio and watch On Call TV at InShapeNetwork.com.
Welcome back, 888-283-7272. So glad you're with us. This show's about you. It's about your health and your life. Remember, whatever you're struggling with, we're here for you. Doesn't matter. No matter what it is. Whatever you were diagnosed with, the doctor told you had heart disease. The doctor said you got to have a stent put in. The doctor said you're overweight and you need to lose 50 pounds. Like, we're here for you no matter what it is. We want to help you. Okay, your health's your greatest wealth. No one can take responsibility. Like, even as much as you tell me, as much as I want to do it all for you, I can't. But what I can do is give you the help that you need and give you the encouragement that you need and walk with you in the process so that you don't feel stuck, and give you the tools. That's what we want to do here every single day, is give you the tools that you need to thrive and to really make it. Go to AsaRx.com. You need anything, you got it right there on the site. You can also send me an email, and I'll make it part of the show, or I can answer in private. If you need me to answer in private, I'll be happy to. So whatever you need, like, we're here for you every day. If you haven't enrolled in Healthy University, gosh, you need to. Like, Healthy University is our main platform for you to grow and get better. Like, it's a nine courses, takes you about 4 to 5 hours total to complete at your own pace. And instead of some big long lesson videos, they're all small little 2 and 3 minute videos that you go through, and it teaches you everything about how to live a healthy lifestyle. Amazing. And if you haven't gotten my book yet, myfreehealthbook.com. It's my #1 best-selling hardback book. You can go to myfreehealthbook.com. It's myfreehealthbook.com and get a copy of that. You know, we're giving it away for free. You just pay for the shipping so we can get it to you, and we give you the book. So it's our way of giving back. It's our way of helping you. It's our way of encouraging you to get to that next level. All right, let's get on the phones and go to Lydia. Hi, Lydia.
Hello, I wanted to ask, with lower back pain and already having a surgery done, if chiropractic care would be suggesting chiropractor, but I already had surgery and I'm still in pain, so I wanted to know if that's a route I could take. Thank you.
Yeah, so, all right, Lydia. So if you want to do some things after back surgery, there's several things you need to do. One is I would start doing regular exercise that's strength training exercise. So you want to make sure that you're doing strength training exercise, and that involves any kind of like fitness level exercise, resistance. You can use bands, you can use weights, you can do your own body like push-ups and squats and things. You want to do a lot of core exercises, and by core I mean your abdominal muscles and then your lower back. Like, you want to work on those areas to really build and strengthen the areas up. The reason is because after back surgery, one of the number one reasons we have any kind of joint surgery is we don't have usually the musculature around the joint to support it. So the joint itself weakens. So that's what I would encourage you to do first, is to get some work done there and have someone help you. If it's a personal trainer, or maybe you get physical therapy ordered and they do physical therapy with you and do some level of strengthening around that. But you have to get that done for your core. And really, you don't just need that for your back, you need it for your entire body. Because when one area gets weak, guess what? Typically most areas are weak in the body. You want to get all of that strengthened so it can work at its best level. So that's what I would encourage you to do first. Now, if you haven't looked into laser therapy, it's a real good recoverative therapy. Percussion therapy is also really good. We've started to really recommend that. I've used it a lot, still use it today. We use it in clinical practice, but we also use it. I use it on myself all the time. Percussive therapy is great for the muscles. It breaks up what we call scar tissue and adhesions. That can be great as well. The other thing, too, though, is after now, it's like moving forward, what are you going to do? Like, what kind of foods are you going to be eating? Because your nutrition plays a big role in the inflammatory process. So we all think that back pain or knee pain or whatever is just a result of overuse or an injury, and it can be. But the inflammation that happens inside our digestive tract and our microbiome, the inflammation in the gut goes to different parts of the body. So you want to make sure that you're doing on a regular basis, you want to make sure you're getting in what you need to be able to support your body in the right way as far as your nutrition goes. So eating things like the anti-inflammatory diet, that's in my book, which you can get for free. Go to myfreehealthbook.com and you can get that for free. And all you got to do is pay the shipping. So myfreehealthbook.com is super. It's just a blessing. We want to give that to you to help you. But there's a diet in there, the anti-inflammatory diet. It's in the book. And that's just a good basic place to start if you're looking to eat the right kind of foods in the right way and the right amounts. So myfreehealthbook.com is a great way to do that. But that's where I would start. I would start there and make sure somebody, if you need one of our health coach providers to do it or someone, helps you with making sure that your nutrition's intact. Okay? So nutritional deficiencies are one of the main reasons that we carry a lot of inflammation in the body. Getting that balanced is it's a massive key. So I want to encourage you to definitely look on that and get that done. Okay, 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Give us a call or go to the website. Go to AsaRx.com. Now I get asked all the time, what do I need to do for better mental or brain function and brain health? Here's a couple things I'm going to give you. Okay, these are some of my go-tos. One thing I do every single day is I eat eggs every single day. The whole egg, not egg whites, not egg, fake egg, liquid. I don't do that. I eat real whole eggs every day. Why? Because there's a component in the egg yolk. Forget about the whole cholesterol thing. Eggs actually lower cholesterol. Remember that. So if you can tolerate eggs, there in egg yolks, there's something called choline. And choline, which is called lecithin, okay, which is another word for it. But the choline comes about 300 milligrams per egg. All right, or maybe it's about 250 milligrams, but whatever, it's about that range. But the choline builds up what's called acetylcholine in the brain, which helps with memory. It also helps you to sleep in a deep way, and with a lot of stress, if anybody has going on in their life, maybe you don't have any stress, but everybody has some. But it helps to combat that and support and keep the brain healthy. So I personally eat about 6 whole eggs a day, okay, on the minimum. I sometimes do 12. My cholesterol is perfect, okay, and I'm just letting you know. So eggs are one of the big ones. The other one to give you are your omega-3 fatty acids. They're extremely important for brain function. Puts another hour in the charts. I want to thank our producer, Lyle Valentine, John Garrison, Derek Allen, and the rest of the team. Go tell one person something you learned on the show. Together, we can transform lives.
Did you know you could listen to the AsaRx audio experience on Spotify and Pandora? For all the ways to watch and listen, check out our show page at asarx.com/experience.
Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to asarx.com and get your free book today.
This episode is over, but check episode notes for links to products and services you've heard about on this episode. Thanks for listening and subscribing. Please share the AsaRx audio experience with others and stay in touch by giving us your comment or review.